What's up, y'all? It's Bud. I'm back. You know the rules. Share, and subscribe. So, somebody asked me what I thought about the new 2,200 the new 2,200 bed shelter being built for migrants in the Bronx. Oh man, where do I start? I work in the shelter industry, so I feel bad for the residents in the Bronx because they also gonna get a jail basically across the street. It sucks because they voted for these people and they go to the town hall meetings and things like that, and they voice their concerns and how they felt about these facilities being constructed in their neighborhood. And even though they were all against it, it didn't mean anything because they don't own anything. And that's what it really boiled down to. When you see town hall meetings and you see them on movies or you see them depicted, those people that are getting their voices heard and are getting things stopped own property. And there's a big difference in that. And you can go to all the town hall meetings you want when you live in New York City, but if you don't own property, you just rent space in an apartment building, to the people who make the decisions, you don't count. So you can sit there and be appalled, upset, but they're gonna still do what they gotta do because this is a business. And the shelter system is constructed the same way the prison system is constructed. Meaning the more buildings that they put up with more bed occupancies, those beds have to be filled. So there were people questioning the town hall meeting, asking the simplest question. All right, we here. Does that mean it's a done deal? Like, we're here. Does that mean whatever we say is nothing going to change that? And I don't know if the lady who was holding a meeting was a congresswoman, a councilwoman, or whatever, but she was someone of some authority. She was a deputy mayor, even higher. She told them, yes, this is happening regardless of how you guys feel. And she had the audacity to say that, it was some things lost in translation, maybe communication, things could have been done better, but it couldn't have been done because this is a $1 billion operation. The funding is going to be crazy. It's 2,200 men in one facility. There's towns that don't have 2,200 people in them. There's towns in New York City, outside of New York City, I'm talking about like upstate, that don't have 2,200 people in the whole town. They're going to have that in one facility. So you can imagine the money that's going to be coming in, and so many arms or tentacles are connected to this. You got the food, the people who do the laundry, the people who come clean up the facility. There's so much money that's going to be generated. And I don't believe none of the people that will be working in this facility will be from that neighborhood, or where they even offered the first chance to be hired into that facility by, it being constructed on a block. But it's just sad that your voice doesn't really count. And like I was telling my partner, it's in the Bronx, but what part of the Bronx? It's on the Brooklyn Boulevard. There's no wealth on the Brooklyn Boulevard. They wouldn't did that. They wouldn't have never done that in Riverdale. They wouldn't even dream of broaching the idea to those people in Riverdale, because the difference in Riverdale are those are private property owners and millionaire property owners. So like I said, this is all being done in the inner city, in the ghetto. They don't care. They don't care about the women and them children. They don't care these kids who are the next generation are growing up and seeing all of this disparity, prisons or shelters before they get to their school. People going to be laying. If you have a shelter in your area, the people do come outside of that building. So you will have 2,200 men exiting that building all day. You don't know what type of crime they may be committing. They're going to be lounging around the neighborhood, doing drugs. And these kids and these women have to walk through this every day. This is what New York City is spending our tax money on without our consent. You don't even get a voice, even when you attend the meetings. I don't know how to fix this. I don't claim to know anything. This is just my opinion. I'm not jacking that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going to happen, but I know 2,200 beds will never not be filled. There's one thing I know about this. They're going to make sure them beds is full. So people in that area, Unfortunately, this is your reality. Either you're going to move or you're going to have to learn to live with it, because they're not going to risk the $1 billion industry because you're uncomfortable.